सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। We'll chant Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha 11 times. Om Sri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. 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 Thank you all for your cold welcome. I expected to be a little more warm, but I mean the weather is cold, but you are all very warm. First of all, congratulations to Chinmaya Mission San Jose for the 10th year anniversary. Very successfully they have planned and executing, starting from I think this particular yajna. And this 5-day program of explanation of Sundara Kanda is not easy, because Sundara Kanda itself has got 2,885 verses. As you all know, Valmiki Ramayana has got 24,000 verses. And to abridge that in 5 days, 2,800 plus, I tried my best. And we will see the highlights of it, and on the screen You will have the verses in Sanskrit, and I will be going through each of those verses. We may not be able to repeat it. It will take double the time. Since 2012, I have been doing this Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, 5 classes in a month. And I have just reached Sundara Kanda after 11 years. And it will take another 10 years to complete it. Some of them gave up on me. Some of them said that I would be dead by the time you finish. I hope and pray that I won't be dead before that. Because I am explaining every verse, all the 24,000 verses, and it takes time. It is taken as a sankalpa, and I'll complete that. So we will begin with some invocation verses, and then we'll get into the text. All right. Those invocation verses will not be there in your screen, so bear with me. Kujantam Rama Ramedi Maduram Maduraksharam Aruhya Kavita Shakam Vande Valmiki Gokilam Valmikir Munisimhasya Kavita Vanacharinaha Shrunvan Rama Katanadam Konayadi Purangatim. You are going to follow that? Apatam apahartaram dataram sarva sampadam lokabhiramam sriramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham artanam artihantaram bhitanam bhitinashanam Dvishatam kaladandam tam Ramachandram namamyaham Sannadha kavachi kadgi Chapabanadaro yuva Gachanmamagrato nityam Ramapadusalakshmanaha Namakkodandahastaya Sandikritasharaya cha Kandita kila daityaya Ramaya Pannivarine Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Mangalam Kosalendraya Mahaniya Gunabdhaye Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Umapati Mahadev ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santan ki jai, Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai. I have cut short the number of verses in the invocation. Tomorrow will be full-fledged. Valmiki Ramayana is the original text, passage Valmiki, and the question was raised by Valmiki ji to Narada. He asked, Tapasvadhyaya niratam tapasvi vagvitam varam Naradam paripracha Valmiki munipungavam. Munipungavam Valmiki papracha, asked Naradam prati. And who is he? Tapasvi Vagvitam varam. To that Narada, he asked this question, who is the best in this world who is standing by the Dharma? Who is Satya Purusha? Who is that who is Satyavidam Varaha? Best among the knowers of the truth. I want to know about such a person ever existed in this world. So, Narada said, yes, what you are asking for has an answer. It is known as Sri Rama. And at that time, Valmiki was living in solitude as usual as any other Muni. And he was doing his own spiritual sadhana along with his own some few disciples. And on one occasion, the sage Valmiki, in the bank of Tamasa river, he was taking bath and he saw a beautifully two crauncha birds, male and the female. They were just enjoying their each other's company. I don't know whether they are married, but they were enjoying each other's company. And it so happened, one hunter killed the male and it fell down dead. Looking at that, this sattvic heart of Valmiki went on a very anguish mode, very, very upset. And he looked at this hunter and cursed him. He said, what kind of a cruelty you have done? What kind of inhuman act it is? Most heinous crime that you have done. And that is why it is said, Padabattokshara samasta tantrilaya samanvidaha shokartasya prabhutto me shloko bhavadananyata. So this curse in the form of a verse it came from Valmiki. And it is Padabaddha akshara samasta tantrilaya samanvidaha. It can be set into a meter and it came out of him spontaneously. Since it is come out of shoka, shokartasya prabhutto me, it came out of my grief, sorrow, looking at the plight of that woman, the female crauncha bird, crying for the dead one. Therefore, this form of the meter in which I gave out this become known as shloka. Therefore, whenever we refer to shloka, it came out of shoka. And that's the first meter which became the shloka meter, which is used by great masters over a period of time now, thousands of years. So that's the first time that was composed by Valmiki himself. Shloko bhavadananyata. So why it is considered as a shloka there? As I said, it is because of the grief. And interestingly, that you will find in Ramayana there is so much of shoka. Shoka of what kind? Shoka of viyoga. Viyoga means separation. Dasharatha separating from Rama. All the mothers separating from Rama. Rama is separating from Bharata. Sita separated from Rama. Sugriva separated from his own kith and kin in his country. Vali separated from his wife finally. Ravana gets separated from Mandodani. Vibhishana separated from Ravana. So all full of this separation. So this Viyoga is throughout of Ramayana. So it is appropriate that all of them were shlokas only. And this is considered as the Pratama Kavyam, the first literature ever written by human being. And when you read Valmiki Ramayana, when we study, the language is so beautiful, so profound, so deep. And that only shows the quality of people at that time. A product of the culture alone can bring out such a beautiful literature. People who are living in, in wilderness with no civilization or no culture would not have brought or would not have produced such a excellent kavi or a poet. He was representing the culture of that time. So that is why when we read those literatures, we understand the quality of people lived at that time. Not only quality of people, lifestyle of the people, but their depth of knowledge, philosophy, understanding about God, about their own individual values. 6,000, 5,000 years back, it's much more than that. And it is said now, after 500 years of Vanavasa, Bhagavan is coming back to his place. 500 years, not 14 years. 500 years he was out of his Ayodhya. So that's why we have the program also being done. So all of you, please make it a point to celebrate that occasion. A week-long program as concluding in the Murti Sthapana in Ayodhya. More details probably you would receive later. So here, interesting thing is, when Valmiki was back in his ashram after having encountered such a grief, and he was visited by Brahmaji himself. At that time, he expressed his grief that this is what happened today and I am very disturbed by this. At that time, Brahmaji said that since this beautiful shloka came out of you, which is so perfect, I would like you to compose the life of Sri Rama, about whom you asked today, and Narada had explained to you about the story of Sri Rama. So you please write about this great incarnation of Bhagavan Vishnu, filled with so many different instances, expressing the glory of the Lord, glory of a bhakta, glory of a sevak, and you alone are fit to do that. But Valmiki said, I have never known the story in full. How do I write? What is my basis on which I will write? For which Brahmaji said, you will live through the whole experience of Ramayana. He says, Rahasyam cha prakasham cha yad ritam tasya dhimatah Ramasya saha saumitrehe rakshasanam cha sarvashah Vaidehyaschaiva yadvrittam prakasham yadivarah Tvaya tachabhya vididam sarvam vididam te bhavishyati. Whatever be the situations Rama went through, not only Rama, all the characters associated in the story, not only you will be able to see, hear them, and interestingly, you would know what they were thinking also. See, when you see a movie, you read a book, a story, and the story is when it is made as a movie, you will not enjoy that much. You know why? Because in the movie, they can't show you what they're thinking. But in a story book, you can read, okay, this person is thinking like this, and therefore he said this. How do you show it in the movie? So that's why those people who read the book, they say, nah, this movie does not justify at all. Any amount of Ramayana you watch, any kind of Ramayana versions of movies, but it can never match the book. Because Valmiki ji not only wrote about what they did, but what they thought. And especially in Sundara Kanda, there is not much of conversation until Hanumanji meets Sita. But how many thoughts going through in his mind, how he was thinking, what Sita ji was thinking, what Ravana was thinking, all these will be very beautifully presented. Yavas tasyati. So then he says, this very literature or this thing that you are going to compose, it will remain in this world. Yavat stasyanti girayah saritascha mahitale tavat ramayana katha lokeshu pracharishyati. So long as the mountains are there, so long as the rivers are there in this world, thus long the story of Rama will remain. This was the blessings of Brahmaji when he gave out this great ability for Valmiki not only to relive the experiences in Ramayana, every character, and as well as knowing what they were thinking, why they are doing, what is their attitude, all that will be seen by you. As I said, it has 2,885 verses, and as our Brahmachari here said, Sohamji, Sundara Kanda is what we are looking at. This is the 5th chapter or 5th adhyaya, so to say, among the 7 kandas. This is 5th kanda. And this Sundarata of it is not only about the beauty of Hanumanji to start with, and the sincerity, devotion, commitment of Hanumanji. It is the beauty of Lanka. Lankapuri, so beautiful. And that beauty of Lanka is also from the eyes of, you will hear that. Beauty and devotion of Mother Sita. How she is so faithful to Rama, and how she is so patient to for Sri Rama to come and rescue her. And finally, beauty of Ravan. Those who are Ravana Bhaktas also there. So they also will know. Ravana also is not an ordinary villain. And he was not actually, not like, original villains like a huge, and that's why they show, very, angry and very, looking very cunning, very, very sophisticated, highly educated, scholarly, Rakshasa. Gurudev used to say, who is a Rakshasa? In Sanskrit, Akshara, Akshara means letter. Letter means one who is studied very well is known as Sa Akshara. Sa Akshara means one who has studied. But when he or she studied, but that knowledge is used for wrong purpose, become Rakshasa. Sa Akshara, opposite of Rakshasa. It's like nowadays we have CFOs of a company, chartered fraud officers, senior or the chief fraud officers. They are very sophisticated, studied all right, but their way of doing business, etc., are only to cheat people. So here, Ravana's beauty. On the one hand, we have the beauty of Sita, beauty of Hanuman, beauty of Lanka. So it has devotion and determination, faith and fearlessness, clarity and chastity of Sita, steadfastness and strength of Hanumanji. And here, this is what we will see in Sundara Kanda. In general, love is Sundaram. The beauty of any person is the beauty of that person's love. Ability to love, ability to accommodate others in their life, ability to show compassion, ability to forgive, ability to accommodate, ability to not judge, ability to give respect, ability to be humble. This inner beauty we all have, but we do not have occasion to express that. When we read Ramayana, we not only experience the joy of the character, but it also evokes those values in us. Why not I be like this? Why not I be like the Bhagavan, Hanumanji like? Why not I have the conviction, faith and determination of Sita? So that those kind of beautiful emotions will be invoked in us. We start emulating those qualities. I'm sure in Tulsi Ramayana also such beautiful expressions are there, but Valmiki Ramayana elaborates it, in detail. That is another thing. Guruji wrote he was giving his lectures on Narada Bhakti Sutra. You probably might have, if you don't, you see that in Cinema channel, now it is going on. Guruji is speaking on Navavidha Bhakti. Now 9 types of devotion. In that he says, first verse he said, Vande Bhakta Priyam Ramam Bhakti Prinatiyam Sada Same Babad Nityam Hi Hridaye Kripaya Prabhu. He salutes Rama as what? Vande Bhakta Priyam Ramam. I salute Rama, who is the most dear to all the devotees. And Bhakti Prinadi Yam Sada. He gets so joyful, pleased by Bhakti. Sa me vasatu me nityam. That Bhakti, may it remain in my heart all the time. This is how Guruji used to, always have Sri Rama as his most dear, favorite deity. He begins all his composition with the salutations to Sri Rama. Another meaning of Sundara is Sumdharayati iti Sundaram. Sumdharayati iti Sundaram. What does it mean? Breaks very well. Dharayati means breaks it. Su means sushtu. So very well dharayati, very well breaks. What does it break? Ravana's pride is broken. By none other than a monkey. He comes and burns the whole place. So his pride is broken. Even Sita ji breaks his pride. Sita ji's sorrow is broken in this. Because she was, until that point, no clue about what is going to happen in her life. Lanka's power is broken. And Rama's anxiety is broken. Because he doesn't know where she is. That is also broken. So, and finally, Hanumanji's inhibition about his own power is broken. Because he himself does not know what he is capable of. So that misunderstanding about himself, I am just a little monkey, what can I do and all. He suddenly discovers all that power that he has, and his own inhibitions about himself is broken. Here, what he could accomplish as a devotee of the Lord can be accomplished by anybody also. He is a very epitome of devotion to God, epitome of seva. So here, dushkaram nishpratidvandam chikishan karma vanaraha. This is where we begin. So those who, please, this is the first verse we take up. Dushkaram nishpratidvandvam chikirshan karma vanaraha samudra chiro grivo patpabhavo. Here, this is the first one. Dushkaram nishpratidvandvam chikirshan. Nobody else can do this. It is not accomplishable by anyone else. Dushkaram. Chikirshan karma vanaraha. Desiring to accomplish that. This vanaraha. See, the vanara word is narahava, narava. Narava, narova. Meaning, he is a man or human or not. Va means or. Narova, va narova. Is he human or not human? No, he is not human. He is superhuman. That's why it says, Superman is superhuman. And so he was the first Superman in the world. Because even when he was flying, I think these people have copied. It is actually described that way only. How he was flying on the sky with one hand like this. So they actually completely copied him. Superman. So, samudagra shiro grivaha gavampatiriva abhabau. Gavampati, like a bull, he was raising his head and neck. This is the beginning of the Sundara Kanda, where he stood on the Mahendra mountain and he was ready to, I think it's going off, I take off and this goes off, what's that? But when he was ready to take off, knowing his power to conquer the sky, what did he do? Sasuryaya Mahendraya Pavanaya Swayambhuve Bhutebhyaschanjalim Krutva Chakara Gamane Matim. Gamane Madim Chakara. He decided to, first of all, he decided to proceed. Interesting thing is, he doesn't know where he is going. First. Even though Sampati had said, in this direction you go, it is yojanas, you have to cover. And Sampati could see. Sampati could clearly see, that is Garuda's, Jatayu's brother. He was so thrilled to hear about Jatayu's sacrifice to Rama, who was trying to stop Sita and failed, no doubt. He was killed. But he was so proud, my brother could do that. And I am here to help you further. And by just thinking about it, his wings started to grow and he became normal. So some people ask me this question, Swamiji, what was your name when you were normal? I feel very... So he became normal. Meaning he did not have his wings. Now he had all that coming back and he was very thankful. And then he could see Sita ji there. Because eagles, they have a very sharp eye power or eyesight. And he says, she's there, I can see that. And he told Hanumanji, or in general to everyone, whoever wants to go there, this is the direction you have to go. So Hanumanji knows only one thing, in this direction I have to go. Second, he has not seen Sita. So he is going to go and search for someone whom he doesn't know. Third, what kind of a danger is there? Ravana's fort. I do not know what I will be encountering there. I have no idea. So what makes him able to take off that? What is that leap he is taking? The leap of faith. This is the first thing that we need to understand. Because this is important for every student of spirituality, because we do not see the goal. We cannot. Adrishyam. Is it not? Even though it is described beautifully in Upanishad, in Bhagavad Gita, etc., but then we have to have that leap of faith. Without that, you cannot. In many places in Bhagavad Gita also, Bhagavan explains this. This Shraddha is how it is important. Here Hanumanji demonstrates that. So he, Sasuryaya, Mahendraya, Pavanaya, Swayambhuve, Bhutebhyascha Anchalim Krutva. He did the salutation to all of them, to the sun, to the Indra, and the mountain, Mahendra, and then his own father, Pavana, and all the Buddhas, all the beings. Anjalim Pramuha Kruvan, Pavanayatma Yonaye, Manasa Vandya Ramaya Lakshmanaya Mahaharihi. And in his own mind he saluted Manasa Avandya Ramaya Lakshmanaya. He saluted to Rama and Lakshmana also were not there at that point. And he also looked at the ocean, because that is what he is going to cross. And this ocean is not a normal Indian Ocean. You know, many times we do not realize the depth of the ocean is not in feet, in miles. It is so deep. We do not see how many creatures are there. More number of species than on the earth is inside the ocean. So therefore, Saridas Sagaranchabi Pranamya Shirasa Harihi. He saluted the Samudra, the very ocean there. Jnatinstan samparishvajya kritva chabi pradakshinam. See the beauty of Hanumanji here. He is only representing all the monkeys, vanaras. So what he did, each one of them, he went and hugged all of them. And he did pradakshina of all of them. Said, with your blessings only I am going. I am not arrogating myself. I am the one who is going to accomplish this. I am going to represent you all. So please, you all bless me. And another reason is, I may not come back. I do not know. As far as I know, I can go. But whether return, it's like people are going now, I think they are planning to take people to Mars, right? No return flight. Do whatever you want there. So probably Hanumanji says, I may not come back. So I want your blessings. I want to make sure that I'll come back and with a good message of seeing Sita and give that message to Sri Rama. I could do that. So, this is the first, one of the important quality of a leader is that he takes people along with him. He doesn't reject people. Gurudev always would say, a leader should be one who would first consider all his followers and make sure that they are put in the front and he goes on the back. Otherwise you say, all of you follow. By the time you reach some point, you look behind, nobody is there. You must make sure that everybody is with you or before you. So here he did, of course he is now going to do by himself. So he said that I am doing for you, and if I am able to succeed, it is our success. And therefore he saluted all of them. That is a very important leadership quality. And when he decided to take off, he shot like an arrow. At such a speed. Yata raga vinirmuktaha Shara Shvasana Vikramaha Gachet Tadvat Gamishyami Lankam Ravana Palitam. Ravana Palitam Gangam Gamishyami. Like what? Yata Raghava Vinirmuktaha Sharaha. Like that of the arrow that is shot from the bows of Rama, how powerful they are. In the same way, may I proceed in such a speed towards Lanka, protected by Ravana. And also he says, in case I do not accomplish my task of seeing Sita, what would be my course of action then? See, a leader not only must have the vision, but a plan about the consequences of his action. What will happen if I do not meet Sita? What would be my... You should think about it before itself. Gurudev always would say, plan your work and execute. Do not proceed without proper planning. He says, Nahi draksham yeditam lankayam janakatmajam. If in case I do not see Sita at all in Lanka, anene vehi vegena gamishyami suralayam. If I don't see Sita in Lanka, I will proceed to the heavens to find out whether she is kept there or Ravana had hidden her there. Because it is not possible, it is all possible that he would not have kept her in Lanka only. But he has conquered all the three worlds. Ravana has conquered all the three. So he might have probably hidden her in Suralayam. I would go. Yediva tridive sitam nadrakshami akritashramaha badva rakshara rajanam anayishyami ravanam. If in case I do not see her in all the three places, even in the heaven, I will, instead of Sita, I will bring Ravana back. Catch him by the neck, bring him here so that I will present in front of Rama. This is the fellow actually took your wife. Okay, you do whatever you want with him. So, Sarvata kritakaryoham eshyami sahasitaya anayishyami va lankam samutpatya saravanam. I will, in case not able to bring Ravana by hand, I will leave the whole Lanka and bring the entire Lanka with Ravana here. See, first quality of the leader. First one, which I said, take along. But the primarily what Valmiki puts as the most important quality which we learn from Hanumanji is dhriti, determination. If one has decided to do something, there is no question of not accomplishing that. Think before you decide. But once you decide, never go back to doubt it. Gurudev was like that. When his own teacher, Taponji, said, why are you going back to the world? You have studied all the Upanishads, etc. In this beautiful solitude of Himalayas, sit in solitude and enjoy your meditation samadhi. But did he do that? If we are here now, it is because of his determination at that point. So too Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda also, he could have jolly well stayed back and then enjoyed his own ashrama. But I will go to the West, inform the people in the West what the glory of Hinduism. I want to make sure that they know what kind of a culture we are from. Those great masters had this expressed quality, dhriti, determination. So first one is that we must understand. Gurudev always would say there are three kinds of people in this world. First kind of people don't have any determination at all. They don't take any decision. The second set of people, they take decision, but they never do anything about it. Third one is the worst. They will take up, halfway through they will give up. But here, Hanumanji, once he had decided, he never would stop. Superman he is. Now he took off from Mahendra mountain. And he shot himself in such a way that as though he is swallowing the space. Pipanniva babau chapi sormi malam maharnavam pipasuriva chakasham tadrishe sa mahakapihi pinge pingakshamukyasya brihati parimandale chakshushi samprakashete chandra surya vivoditau. Pipanniva, as though he is swallowing what? Sa urmimalam maharnavam. The entire ocean, he was just swallowing it. When you see the flights going so fast, it is as though they're tearing apart, tearing the sky, tearing apart. So, pipasurivacha akasham, dadrishe mahakabi, and his eyes were so shot with bright red color. It looks like his one eye is looking like a Chandra, another is looking like a Surya. Chakshusho prakashete Chandra Surya ivao. Chandra Surya uditau Shankar Suryau iva. So this just risen up sun or risen up moon, how bright, how powerful. In that way he was seen. And seeing this such a powerful messenger of Bhagavan Sri Rama shot in the sky, who were most happy, you tell me? All the other living beings were threatened. They were frightened. Like 7.50 earthquake. The whole place was shaking. All the animals were running here and there. And even the plants and the beautiful trees that were there, they were shedding flowers. And all the wild animals were making so much of sound, and the entire place was in a chaos. But one set of people were very happy. Devatas. Now why? Because now finally the Duta of Rama is going to accomplish his task of seeing Sita. Once he sees Sita, he will bring the message to Rama, and Rama will go and destroy Ravana. That's exactly we want. So they were all so happy, and therefore they started to shower from the top, from the sky, from the heavens. They started to shower. So anytime when you get a shower, untimely shower, it is Devatas are very happy. But you should understand. Gurudev always would say, after my yajna, you will get shower. That means he is happy. So here, shower. They started, plavamanam tutam drishtva, plavangam tvaritam tada, vavarshu punya varshani, deva gandharva danavaha. All of them started to show the shower with great blessings they showered, flowers, maybe rain. And Sagara, that is ocean god, he started to look at the Duta of Rama, shot in the air, crossing by, and that Sagara was not only happy to see that, but at the same time, Sagara was feeling very obliged that this messenger of Sri Rama is from Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is the dynasty of Sri Rama, as you all know. And he was very committed to the Ikshvaku Kula. For very Sagara was created by Ikshvaku Vamsha. So therefore, Sagara was here, he says, Tasmin plavaka shardule plavamane hanumati Ikshvaku manarti chintayamasa sagaraha. He started to think that I am committed to or obliged to this Ikshvaku Kula. And he is going to serve that very dynasty. So should I not show my gratefulness to... And because I have not seen Rama now, but at least he is there. Later on you will see Rama when he is able to build the bridge. But he says, now I have to somehow help this Duta. So he called out Mainaka Parvata, a mountain which was hidden under the ocean. It is said that in the past, mountains had wings. And they used to fly around. Think about nowadays mountains flying on. It will be a problem for us. Thank God that was stopped at some point of time. The rishis and munis who were sitting, they were very disturbed by this moving, all these mountains. So they cursed that you people are moving about, no more wings for you, go down. So all of them were asked to disappear from the scene, and only one got escaped because Vayu had protected this particular mountain and helped this one to get buried under the ocean. So therefore, Sagara, he called out Mainaka Parvata. He said to her that I want your help at this point. Asya sahyam maya karyam ikshvakukula mama hi ikshvakava pujyaha param pujyatamaha tava. So therefore, I am obliged to the Ikshvakukula, and therefore I would like you to help me in expressing my gratitude to this messenger of Rama. So she also said, Mainaka also said, I am also obliged to Vayu, for he saved me from being destroyed by the power of the curse of the rishis. See, the rishis have got only two things: the plus or curse. If they are angry, they curse you. If they are happy, they will bless you. Or Gurudev used to say, curse or purse. Purse means giving you prosperity. Curse means destroy you. So here he said, I have been protected by Vayu, so I am also obliged to him. Tamuttitam asangena Hanumanagratastitam madhye lavanato yasya vignoyam iti nischitaha. So when Mainaka Parvat started to rise up there, because Sagara said, let him take some rest. Because on the way it's a long journey, layover is necessary. It is, he has to refuel himself with some fruits and other things. You have plenty of that. Let him eat something, relax for a while in a lounge, maybe first class lounge or maybe in a business class lounge. Let him take some coffee, tea and things like that. Let him rest and then he can proceed. So that way I feel that I have done good to the Ikshvaku also, and you also felt that you have to help the son of Vayu. So therefore you also feel that way. Let us do that. But when she rose up in the middle of the ocean, so Hanuman's Tvayi Vishrantaha Tataha Shesham Gamishyati, the previous verse. Chamikara Mahanaba Devagandarva Sevita Hanuman's Tvayi Vishrantaha Tataha Shesham Gamishyati. And when she rose up there, Madhye Lavanato Yasya, when at the very ocean of salty ocean, when that Mainaka, when it raised up, what did Hanuman see? Vigna ayam. This is a trouble here. On my way, suddenly the towering, huge mountain standing there. This is, he did not know, right? He did not know that it is with a great, loving heart of Sagara or the very obliging heart of Mainaka. He never realized that. This is something which I don't want. Why is it coming on the middle? Hmm? So they are trying to stop me. So what did he do? Satamuchritam atyartam mahavego mahakapihi. He was going so fast. And suddenly there is something coming up. So Hanuman, so what did he do there? Urasa padayamasa jeeputamide marutaha. Like a lightning striking on the cloud. How powerful it will be. A lightning, if you see, how powerful is you cannot see by bare eyes, In the same way, how when the lightning strikes the cloud, it bursts. In the same way, when Hanumanji was going such a speed, Urasa, with his chest, Urasa Patayamasa, he just hit that very mountain and Jeebhutamiva Marutaha. So he rubbed against a mountain like a storm on the rainy cloud. So at that point, Ragavasya kule jataihi utadi parivarditaha satvam ramahite yuktam pratyacharyati sagaraha kritecha pradikartavyam yesha dharma sanatanaha soyam tvat pradikararti tvattas sammanamarhati. It is not me, Mainaka said, it is not me who is trying to stop you. It is Sagara had requested me to do this. He was so obliged to the Ikshvakukula. That's why he says, Ramahite yuktam praticharyadi Sagaraha krite cha pratikartavyam esha dharma sanatana. It's a beautiful message here. When you receive any benefit from anyone, you are obliged to give it back. This is called Sanatana. Please understand, Hinduism is Sanatana Dharma. And people don't understand this. They talk ill of this. Sanatana means, Sana means Sada. Atanam means spread. That which is an eternal Dharma. Does not belong to a particular culture or faith or religion or region or any particular clan of people. It is universal value. And those people who have never had the knowledge of this talk ill of it. Sanatana Dharma is a universal law. Meaning what a intelligent, mature, cultured person would do in any situation. As Gurudev would say, cultured people are those who give joy wherever they go. Uncultured one, whenever they go. So whether you are cultured or not, how do you know? Guruji was asked this question, Swami Tejamanji. Swamiji, how do I know I am spiritually developing myself? He said, look at the people around you. If they are smiling, that means you are cultured. When you go and then they smile, that means you are uncultured. So Sanatana, what is Sanatana Dharma here? Kritecha pradikartavyam. When you receive something, you must have the heart to do the right thing to others too. Esha sadharma sanatana. Saha ayam tvat pradikararthi. Therefore, towards you, we are obliged to serve you. Therefore, we are giving this help to you or allowing you to rest and go. That is the idea. In fact, it is Atiti Devo Bhava is already there in our scriptures also. That is to say that even people whom you do not know, you must show your hospitality. You must show, nowadays, wherever I go, people show hospitality in such a way that I have to be hospitalized. That much you should not do. You should ask whether you are okay. No, the cake, A bhi khao, O bhi khao, isme bhi khao. And some people say, Swamiji, you will like it, I put ghee, little ghee only. One spoon. Show me the spoon. Because spoon means what? This whole ladle also can be considered as a spoon. Then we will be hospitalized only. Very careful. So hospitality should be given. Even for the one who you don't know. So that is our Sanatana Dharma. Atiti Devo Bhava. So he says, Atiti Kila Pujarha. As far as our dharma is concerned, Aditihi Pujarha. He is worthy of worship. Prakruto Vijanata. Even if we do not know that such a person, Dharmam Jignasamanena Kim Punastvadrusho Mahan. Even the unknown person who is maybe illiterate or such people also we should show hospitality. What to talk of you? You are Duta of Sri Rama. You are a man of such power and you are a devotee of the Lord. And you are not a normal person. You are Mahan. So she says here, Punastadrusho Mahan. What to talk of them? Kim Punastadrusho Mahan. So here we are very obliged, and your father, Tatoham manayami tvam manyo hi mama marutaha toyame hesha sambandaha kabimukyasya mohagunaha. You are more closer to me. There is a sambandha between you and me because your father helped me to survive. Otherwise, I would not be alive. So therefore, there is a very intimate relationship between you and me on this. So, but Hanumanji was still flying. He did not stop. Probably he was slowing down, but he did not stop. And what is his answer to Mainaka? Tvarate karya kalo me ahaschaapyadivartate pradignya chamaya datta natstavtavyam ihantare. Tvarate karya kalo me. When I am on my way to complete my task, ahamcha api adivartate pradignya chamaya datta. I have given my word to whom? To Bhagavan. To Rama, I have given natstatavyam mihantari. Therefore, I would not stop. Second quality of a leader. What is that? The most important quality which I said, first one is dhriti, determination. Second quality of a leader is drishti, vision of the goal. See, unless we are clear about what we want to accomplish, we cannot remain steady. Even in second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Sthita Prajnaha means what? His Prajna is Sthita. His Prajna is, his awareness is steady because his goal is very clear. Whether you are a seeker or a siddha, you are a sadhaka or siddha, the goal is the same, moksha. For a siddha, it is abidance. For a sadhaka, it is effort to abide. In both the cases, the drishti must be very clear. Here, Hanumanji says that I will not stop because my vision is very clear. I need to reach my destination. Anything come on my way, I will break it and go. Because my drishti is very, very clear to me. Tadvitiyam hanumato drishtva karma sudushkaram prashasam sussura sarve siddhascha paramarshaya. When this statement was made by Hanumanji to Mainaka, all the Mahamunis and Siddhas and Devatas, they were so overjoyed to look at this Duta of Rama. What kind of a being is this? Even we are not able to do this. Such a devotion, such a determination, such a clarity. And he is not a normal person here. Even he is much bigger, greater than even human. That is why he is Vanara. Tad dvitiyam hanumato drishtva. This is the second quality of Hanuman. Karma sudushkaram And sprashashamsuhu sura sarve. All the devatas were so happy. Siddhaha, Paramarushayaha, all of them. And they again, what did they? Shower again. Another set of shower. Why? Because he is doing the mission impossible. Tirelessly engaging in the task. See, by reading all these things, we should ask this question to ourselves. Do I have even the iota of this? Do I have this determination? Bhagavan Krishna also says in 18th chapter, the Sattvika Dhriti. Sattvika Dhriti is that never give up. Holding the manaha, indriyas and body etc. with such a determination, yogena avyabhicharinya sadhriti sattviki smritya. Avyabhicharinya yogena, with such a determination born out of practice, yogena avyabhicharinya dridisa partha sattviki. And practice alone make that individual able to sustain that. Gurudev calls it dhriti as constancy of purpose. Anything that we do, we should have consistency. Swamiji, I have been doing exercise from January 1st. Because January 1st we take resolution. January 2nd it becomes dissolution. Anything we resolve, it may become dissolved. I am doing, let's say from January 1st, it's already 9 days, and I've been doing exercise. Nothing happened. In 9 days, you are expecting something to happen? In the 9 days, how many days you did? 4 days. Every day you don't do it. Anything you take up to change in your personality, do it every day. Then only it will change. Don't do it once in a while. That is the difference between abhyasa and swabhava. Swabhava is habit. Habit is that which you do unconsciously. Abhyasa, you do it consciously. Like drinking coffee is not abhyasa, it is swabhava. You don't say, I am nowadays practicing drinking coffee. It doesn't make sense. And if you say, I am practicing dance, yeah, then it is a practice. Because every day you do it, every time you do it, you improve on it. I am improving on drinking coffee. There is nothing called improvement there. It is swabhava, habit. That's why doctors practice medicine on us. You understand that? Because they are trying to find out what's worked, what doesn't work. Even lawyers practice on us. I am a practicing lawyer. It's dangerous people. So here, drishti, must have the clarity of thinking that this is what I want to do, and nothing can come in between me and that. So that is what we see here, that now next thing is, till what time is it? 8:45? Huh? What? 9 o'clock. Okay, good. I may keep going because our practice is to talk, I won't know when to stop, so you please raise your hand, red flag somebody, you'll stop then. Now, when he proceeded after not stopping in Mainaka, he proceeded, and Sagar and Mainaka also understood this, one cannot be stopped. They said, all the best to you, then disappeared. Now, these devatas, they don't keep quiet. Is he a good instrument? Is he really a fit instrument? Maybe 2 occasions we saw that he started with such a determination. That is one thing. Second, even when he stopped by Sagara or the Mainaka, he did not even stop there. Good. But we want to find out his ability. How does he meet challenges which he has never met before? Let us try this. So therefore they addressed a snake known as Surasa. who was living in the mighty ocean, and that Surasa had, it's a very huge snake, and it started to appear slowly away from the surface of the water. And it addressed to addressed to Hanuman, saying, Pravishya vadanam medya gantavyam vanarottama varayesha pura dattaha mama dhatredi satvara. I have been given this great boon by Brahmaji. See, the Brahmaji is a very funny person. Anybody who meditates, he'll say, what do you want now? Tell me. And after giving the boon only, he will think, oh my God, I gave this. What do I do? You will either go to Vishnu or Shiva. What do I do? I gave this. So, I am given this varam. What is that this? With this vara that is given to me by the devatas. Because the previous verse says that gods have decided to check Balamichamahe nyadum bhuyaschasya parakramam tvam vijayeshatyupayena vishadam vagamishyati. The devatas wanted to find out whether, even though he is going fast, but will he ever, when he meets challenge, will he ever lose his heart? Vishadam gamishyati va. This we want to find out. Therefore, they asked Surasa to come up, and then she said, I am given this vara, vara esha pura adattaha mama. So, and I want to see whether that vara works or not, first of all. And anybody who goes through in this place must enter into my mouth. So she started to open the mouth. See, 1 yojana means 8 miles. She opened her mouth 50 yojanas. Think about it then, how much it would be. Then he also grew. Hanumanji also started to grow. She became 60. He also grew 60. He started to become 90. He also grew 90. 100. 100 yojanas, huge. And that huge mouth, when she opened up, Sa sanshipyatmana kayam jibhuta iva marutaha tasmin muhurte hanuman babuvangushtamatrakah. When she opened her mouth 100 yojanas, suddenly he became so small. Angushtamatra. And went into the mouth and came out. Because what is the vara you are given? Everybody should enter the mouth. I entered the mouth. Because see, by the time she closes, you would have come out. It is like you might have seen the huge trucks, they turn, you will see that flow is going, and that truck will go so slow. Why? Because of the very size itself. Similarly, by the time she opened 100 yojanas and tried closing it, went inside, had a look around, and then came out. So he says, Pravishtosmi hite vaktram. I entered. Dakshyani namostute. Salutations to you. I did that. Gamishye yatra vedehi satyam cha sidvarastava. I am going towards Lanka to see Sita. At the same time, I have obliged to the boon that you have already got. Oh Dakshayani, I have done that. See, in our life, we meet many kinds of people. And every human being has got some degree of ego or the other. What is ego? Tadatmyam is what is called ahankar. Ahankar is tadatmyam, meaning what? In something or the other, we are strongly identified. Whether about our physical features, or our mental abilities, intellectual abilities, or our family, about family tradition, or our caste, or our religion, or our, some way or the other, we are very strongly identified with something. And when somebody questions that, we get very angry. Is it not true? If you are so fond of your language, for example, some people are so fond of their language. Not to go too far away, I'll say, please take it in the right spirit. One person whom I met, he said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Telangana. Oh, Andhra. No. I said, what is wrong? Both of you speak the same language. No. That is different. But we are from Telangana. Andhra people, undeveloped people. Now you see, it was all one only before. And I took the example only to show, recent times only they divided. Even there they have so much identification. About region, about religion, about color, about caste, about our qualification, language, some way or the other we are identified. So every one of us have got some degree of ego. If you are totally egoless, we will not be even human beings. So when you meet another person who has bigger ego than yours, don't you try to overpower that person with your ego. Once it so happened, Kabir Das was with his disciples, and to the same city where he was living, there was one other scholar who came only to debate with Kabir Das and to prove him wrong. So he came. So the disciples came to know, Kabir's disciples. So they all went to him and said, so and so has come. So he's calling you for a debate. So what is your answer to him? He said, what is he going to debate on? So they want philosophy. On philosophy, what your philosophy is not right, what he says is right, etc. Telling him that, he won. I accept whatever he says. I accept his philosophy. So the disciples were very unhappy because they want a game, thrill. The debate goes on, they will have some entertainment. So you're not going to debate with him? No. So the other person got so unhappy also. See, because he wanted to prove him in a public place how I can, win over his arguments, etc. No, there is no chance for it. So he sent out the message, why is he not debating with me? Why is he accepting? So the disciples came back and said, he is asking this question. Kabir Das ji said, whether I win or he wins, I know what is the truth. I don't need to prove to him. Truth never is going to be failed. I know what Satyameva Jayate. Whether he accepts it or not, whether I win or lose, I know what it is. So what is the need for me to prove it to him? So in the case of Kabir Das, you will find what? It looks like he feels defeated, or he feels that he is a failure. No, that is a real win. In what way? He won, he conquered his ego by becoming small. So you becoming small is not only you won over his ego, because there is no debate, you won over your own ego also. Because it's your ego that wants to prove it. It's your ego who wants to defeat somebody. So here Hanumanji, what he did? I oblige. I went into your mouth and came out. I became small. It is like one lady came and asked me this question. Swamiji, my husband always thinks he is right. So I said, okay, go ahead and further. What is it? He always thinks he is right, even though he is not. How do I face him? Whenever he says something which is not right, he is arguing with me so much. So I also argue with him. I said, you don't need to argue. You say you are right. Swamiji, I can't say that because he is not right. He said, what is wrong with you by saying you are right? Swamiji, I am telling you he is not right. I said, when you tell him that you are right, you also add one more sentence. What is it? When I say you are right, that does not mean I am wrong. You'll get completely confused and you walk out. Buddhajanaihi vada parityajata. With men of knowledge, don't argue. They won't argue. Why? What are they going to gain out of it? Men of wisdom don't argue. If you think that way, let it be your thinking. Only after some time you will know that you are wrong. When you get the correct knowledge, you know that you are wrong. Why should I unnecessarily argue with you? So here, Hanumanji becomes so small. This is the third quality called mati. Thinking. And the mati is such that you don't bother to become small. You don't want to become arrogant. You don't want to prove yourself to others. No need. So that is the mati. So when he thus said that I have entered in your mouth and then he came out, you didn't close your mouth. What can I do for that? And I didn't go against the vara that is given to you. What is the boon that is given to you? That everything should get into your mouth and come out. I did that. So I have obliged to Brahmaji's vara also. I obliged to your request also. Now, what can I do? I have work to do. I am going. So this way, he proceeded. Tat tritiyam hanumato drishtva. Seeing this third quality of Hanumanji, drishtva karma sudushkaram sadhu sadhidi bhutani prashamsustata harim. All of them again showered. And he is such a man of such intelligence. Indeed, he is real servant of the Lord. Now they are not stopping there. One more challenge. One Simhika was there. And that Simhika's power was that anything that is passing by the sky, the shadow of it will pull. And when she pulls the shadow, that fellow has to come down. Think of that, huh? All the flights are going there. And then shadow of the world, if that particular thing is still alive now, finished, it will pull the shadow. Bloom. I think that's Malaysian Airlines, that's what happened. It went down, never came out. For so many years, is no trace of it. So, that Simhika was asked by, Simhika was looking at this. Oh, this one is a nice breakfast for me. For a long time I've been waiting for a nice such monkey breakfast. So it started to pull him. So here it is said, Yasyatvedani chatvani. Here next one, Satyadvardesa Sakshipyam. Simhi again, he started to again grow big to pull him down. Hritahrit sa hanumata papada lamanam basi swayambuveva hanuman srishtastasya nipadane. So, when Hanumanji saw this one, that it is pulling by the very shadow of it, he went inside that very Simhika and came out on the other side, tearing apart every vital part of that Simhika and made sure that it is not anymore alive to even recognize what has happened. It moved in such a way that very fast it went inside the mouth, tore apart. He went small, grew big inside. So that way, it definitely destroyed that. And therefore, then the Simhika, when she was about to die, she realized that Hanumanji is none other than Brahmaji himself had created to bring the end to me. That's how it, Swayamburvaiva Hanuman Srishtaha Tasya Nipadane. Yasya tvedani chatvari vanarendra yata tava dhriti drishti matir dakshyam sakarmasu nasidati. The fourth quality of the leader is dakshyam. Daksha means daksha. Daksha means dexterity. Dexterity, in other words, known as strategy. Strategically, this is called, nowadays, what do you call that? Surgical attack. In the night when nobody is expecting, go and attack and come out. You will never know what happened. That recently had happened also. Surgical attack is where you don't expect. In the middle of the night with so much of darkness, you will not even make a sound. You go attack the point where you want, come out, without making much of a noise. So that is what he did. He entered into the Simhika, did a surgical attack there and came out. This is called Darshya. So, yasya tu etani chatvari vanarendra yatatava. Here Valmiki says, if any one of you have these four qualities of this Vanarendra, Hanuman, what are those? Dhriti, that is determination. Drishti is the vision. Matihi is intelligence. Daksha is dexterity or strategy. Sa karmasu na sidati. Such a person will never become unsuccessful. This is what the youth should know, youngsters. They even small thing they give up their enthusiasm. A little trouble or little obstacle on their way, I'm tired, I can't do it. And even when they are working, if they have mind is so disturbed, anxious, at the end of the day they feel so exhausted. One must say, because I have seen close Gurudev, 18 hours he will work without any tiredness at the age of 70. Many people say he was relaxing for the whole day, only at 6 o'clock he will get up in the evening and come and talk. No, he wakes up at 4 o'clock. He would wake up at 4 o'clock and continuously he will engage. Maybe half an hour, 1 hour rest in the afternoon. He is constantly on the job. What made him at the age of 70 work so well? Mind is calm, clarity of purpose, and heart is full of love, dedication to the Lord. Always saying Narayana, Narayana, he will continue work. I have seen him in action. Not tired. When he come at 6:30 and start his talk, nobody will know that he is having only 24% of his heart functioning. Such enthusiasm. And that is what is divine qualities of a leader. Dhriti, Drishti, Matihi, and Dakshyam. The strategy. So, one who has all these four qualities, then finally he enters Tatak Shariram Sankship. We'll finish with that. Tatak Shariram Sankshipya Tanmahidara Sannibam Punaprakriti Mapede Vitamoho Yivatmavan. So he entered into that very place, and Shariram Sankshipya, because he doesn't want to enter in his original body, because he'll be noticed by all those people who are there, small himself. Tad Mahidara Sannibam, he went near that very mountain where the Lanka was, Puna Prakriti Mape Devi, the Moha Ivatmanam. And then assumed is formed, and he Vita Moha Ivatmavan, he assumed this original form, not the huge form which he was going while he was on the sky. Small he became. And it is beautifully, comparison is Vita Moha Ivatmavan. Like a sage who is getting rid of his moha, so too Bhagavan, here Hanumanji, got rid of his huge form and came to his normal being. We all should become normal, we'll become normal only when our moha is gone. Like Arjuna said at the end when Krishna asked, have you heard what I have said so far? Did you hear? Then what did he say? Natto moha smridil labdha. My moha is gone. Now I am normal. Now I am no more confused in the same way. And then finally he entered into Lanka. And there in Lanka, immigration officer was standing there to welcome him. Come on. Who are you now? Recently our Sohamji also, today he came from India. He was 2.5 hours delayed at the airport by the immigration. It's okay to tell them that. So like that, Hanumanji, immigration officer, no, okay. No, what is your purpose of coming? So we'll see that tomorrow. Aganita guna gana bhushana Rama Ashrita vatsala jaya jaya Rama Ayodhyavasi Sita Rama Apad bandhava jaya jaya Rama Dasharatha Nandana Sri Rama Dashamukha Mardana jaya jaya Rama Janaki Jeevana Sita Rama Jaya Raghu Rama Jaya Siya Rama Vanara Sevita Sri Rama Varidhi Vandana Jaya Jaya Rama Hanumat Pujita Sita Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Raghupati Raghava Raja Rama Patita Pavana Sita Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama Siyavara Ramachandra ki jai Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai Umapati Mahadev ki jai Bolo Bhai Sabhasantan ki jai Sadgurunath Maharaj ki jai.